Hey guys, Mooseman302 here, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today, we're going to be reacting to Animaniacs videos, three of my favorite videos. Today, we're going to be reacting to Wakko's America, Yakko's World, and the President's Song. We're going to do them in a specific order, but we're going to start off with this one. So,
Wakko?
we're gonna start that over there. All right, and 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Wakko, you can wager all or part of your money.
I'll blow the wad.
All right then. In the category of the United States, the answer is the names of all 50 states and their capitals.
All right.
Okay.
Yep, Mississippi River.
Here goes. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Columbus is the capital of Ohio. There's Montgomery, Alabama, south of Helena, Montana. Then there's Denver, Colorado, under Boise, Idaho. Texas has Austin, then we go north to Massachusetts, Boston, and Albany, New York. Tallahassee, Florida, and Washington, D.C. Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Nashville, Tennessee. Elvis used to hang out there a lot, you know. Trenton's in New Jersey, north of Jefferson, Missouri. You got Richmond in Virginia, South Dakota has Pierre. Harrisburg's in Pennsylvania, and Augusta's up in Maine. And here is Providence, Rhode Island, next to Dover, Delaware. Concord, New Hampshire, just a quick jaunt to Montpelier, which is up in Vermont. Hartford's in Connecticut, so pretty in the fall. And Kansas has Topeka, Minnesota has St. Paul. Juneau's in Alaska, and there's Lincoln in Nebraska, and it's Raleigh out in North Carolina, and then there's Madison, Wisconsin, and Olympia in Washington, Phoenix, Arizona, and Lansing, Michigan. Here's Honolulu, Hawaii's a joy, Jackson, Mississippi, and Springfield, Illinois, South Carolina with Columbia down the way, and Annapolis in Maryland on Chesapeake Bay. They have wonderful clam chowder. Cheyenne is in Wyoming, and perhaps you make your home in Salt Lake City out in Utah where the buffalo roam. Atlanta's down in Georgia, and there's Bismarck, North Dakota, and you can live in Frankfort in your old Kentucky home. Salem in Oregon, from there we join. Little Rock in Arkansas, Iowa's got Des Moines, Sacramento, California, Oklahoma and its city, Charleston, West Virginia, and Nevada, Carson City. That's all the capitals there are. Huh?
Oh, I'm so sorry. You failed to put your response in the form of a question.
I cannot.
Animaniacs, those are the facts.
All right. Whew. Let's get to this one. Yakko's World, another one of my favorites. In this one, Yakko explains the nations of the world in song, and I have tried various times to sing this song, but I have failed at certain parts, so let's see if I can get it this time, but probably not. Also, before I get into this, I just wanted to let you guys know that Animaniacs was a huge part of my childhood. I would watch that show very often. It was one of my absolute favorites, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna attract at least a few of you guys with this video, because I know you guys probably like the Animaniacs too. So let's get back into this, huh?
And now, the nations of the world, brought to you by Yakko Warner.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador too, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana, and still Guatemala, Bolivia, then Argentina, and Ecuador, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda, Bahamas, Tobago, San Juan, Paraguay, Uruguay, Suriname, and French Guiana, Barbados, and Guam.
But isn't French Guiana a department of France? I don't think that's like an actual country in its own right. I'm pretty sure it's just a department of France and like not an actual country. Same with Greenland. Greenland is a territory of Denmark. That's like, it's not like a actual country that's like, you know, like a country in its own right. Guam and Puerto Rico are also territories of the U.S., so that's confusing as well. Alright, let's get back into this.
Norway and Sweden and Iceland and Finland and Germany now one piece. Switzerland, Austria, Czechoslovakia, Italy, Turkey and Greece. Poland, Romania, Scotland, Albania, Ireland, Russia, Oman. Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Cyprus, Iraq and Iran. There's Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, both Yemen, Kuwait and Bahrain. The Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium and Portugal, France, England, Denmark and Spain. India, Pakistan, Burma, Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal and Bhutan, Cambodia, Malaysia, then Bangladesh, Asia and China, Korea, Japan, Mongolia, Laos and Tibet, Indonesia, the Philippine Islands, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand, and Borneo and Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea, Algeria, Ghana.
Ugh, man, this is so hard.
Burundi, Lesotho, and Malawi, Togo, the Spanish Sahara is gone. Niger, Nigeria, Chad and Liberia, Egypt, Benin and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya and Mali, Sierra Leone and Algeria, Dahomey, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Zaire, Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Mayor and Cayman, Hong Kong, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Yugoslavia.
Hold on. Hong Kong is a city in China. It's so, and Singapore is a city in the Philippines, I think, or is it Indonesia? I'm sometimes I can't tell.
Crete, Mauritania, then Transylvania, Monaco, Liechtenstein, Malta, and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan.
Okay. Animaniacs, those are the facts. Well, I managed to mostly do that well, but maybe I need a little bit more practice. Well, alright, well, that's fine. I'll just move on to the next one. Presidents. Alright. Alright, alright, there we go.
Hi-ho, do you know the names of the U.S. residents who then became the presidents and got a view from the White House loo of Pennsylvania Avenue?
Well, I don't think there was is the window in the White House bathroom that big? Because I don't think so.
George Washington was the first you see. He once chopped down a cherry tree.
President number 2 would be John Adams, and then number 3.
Tom Jefferson stayed up to write a declaration late at night, so he and his wife had a great big fight, and she made him sleep on the couch all night.
James Madison never had a son, and he fought the War of 1812.
James Monroe's colossal nose was bigger than Pinocchio's.
John Quincy Adams was number 6, and it's Andrew Jackson's butt he kicks, so Jackson learns to play politics. Next time he's the one that the country picks.
Martin Van Buren, number 8, for a one-term shot as chief of state.
William Harrison, how do you praise? That guy was dead in 30 days.
Yeah, that guy was dead in 30 days. Like, he didn't even have that long of a presidency. Crazy.
He liked country folk.
And after him came President Polk.
Zachary Taylor liked to smoke. His breath killed friends whenever he spoke.
1850, really nifty, Miller Fillmore's in.
Young and fierce was Franklin Pierce, the man without a chin.
Follows next a period spanning 4 long years with James Buchanan. Then the South starts shooting cannon, and we got a civil war. A war down south of Dixie.
War.
Up to bat comes old Abe Lincoln.
There's a guy who's really thinking.
Kept the United States from shrinking, saved the ship of state from sinking.
Jeez.
Andrew Johnson's next. He had some slight defects.
Congress each would impeach.
And so the country now elects.
Andrew Johnson was actually one of the worst presidents in the United States history, from what I hear. Like, like, seriously, like, he was so arrogant, and he did horribly when he was in office, I hear. Like, that's what I hear from, like, historians and people like that. Like, yeah.
Ulysses Simpson Grant, who would scream and rave and rant.
While drinking whiskey, oh, the risky, 'cause he'd spill it on his pants.
It's 1877 and the Democrats would gloat, but they're all amazed when Rutherford Hayes wins by just 1 vote.
James Garfield someone really hated cause he was assassinated.
Chester Arthur gets instated. 4 years later, he was traded.
For Grover Cleveland, really fat, elected twice as a Democrat. Then Benjamin Harrison, after that it's William McKinley at the back.
Teddy Roosevelt charged up San Juan Hill.
And President Taft, he got the bill.
In 1913, Woodrow Wilson takes us into World War I. Warren Harding next in line.
It's Calvin Coolidge, he does fine.
And then in 1929, the market crashes and we fight.
It's Herbert Hoover's big debut. He gets the blame and loses too.
Franklin Roosevelt, president who helped us win in World War II.
Oh boy, that says Hitler. Oh boy, that's. Oh my God. I did some research on Franklin D. Roosevelt and Herbert Hoover. Apparently, Herbert Hoover lost to Franklin D. Roosevelt in a landslide. Like, so many of the country voted for Franklin D. Roosevelt that, like, it wouldn't even matter. Like, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy if Herbert Hoover actually, like, would have won in an alternate universe, because he lost to Franklin D. Roosevelt immensely, and for good reason. If he was the height of the United States during World War II, I don't think we'd be around anymore.
Harry Truman, weird little human, serves 2 terms in when he's done.
It's Eisenhower who's got the power from 53 to 61.
John Kennedy had Camelot, then Lyndon Johnson took his spot.
Richard Nixon, he gets caught, and Gerald Ford fell down a lot.
Jimmy Carter like campaign trips.
And Ronald Reagan's speeches, scripts all came from famous movie clips, and President Bush said, "Read my lips."
Now in Washington, D.C.,
That's Democrats and the GOP.
But the ones in charge are plain to see.
the Clintons, Bill and Hillary.
The next president to lead the way, well, it just might be yourself one day. Then the press will distort everything you say. So jump in your plane and fly away.
Yeah, the press is, like, insane in the United States. Alright. Well, guys, I guess that basically does it for this video. Pretty good episodes of the Animaniacs. I'm seriously running out of things to react to in this channel, seriously. If you guys want to, like, maybe post some recommendations of things that you might want me to see or react to in the comments, then go on ahead, please, because I cannot think of things to react to half the time. It is, I really do need you guys to do that if you can. I would love it if you did. Anyway, guys, like I said, that basically does it for this video. So, as per usual, leave a like if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, my speedsters.